What's up YouTube? This is JP Panther back with a video. In today's video is another anime related news update video. I feel like this is kind of important because I feel like we gotta kind of talk to you guys about this. Again, I don't know who this manga creator is, but I think it's very, very important because let's talk about I think what a lot of it is, again, I will link the article in the description box down below. I think a lot of it's what's happening is that I think a lot of it's because of the lockdowns and people stuck at home and people have nothing to do. Also, I think part of it, anime manga is becoming a lot more popular than it is before, man. I mean, My Hero Academia, Black Clover, Demon Slayer is selling out. The mangas are doing very, very well. I'm not talking about Naruto and Bleach and, well, I mean, One Piece is doing well, but Dragon Ball Z, obviously. But I'm trying to say, like, these three animes, I mean, even Attack on Titan, we'll just put that in there, you feel me? Like, I feel like in my perspective, anime manga is getting very, very popular. A lot of normies, a lot of popcorn movie fans, a lot of people who weren't into anime manga, who hated it, who had issues with it, or just said it was very cartoony kitty. A lot of them are jumping into it right now. A lot of them are reading the chapters. A lot of them are buying the mangas. A lot of them are buying the volumes and stuff like that, or watching the anime on Netflix and Hulu or on Adult Swim. Like, you're starting to see that happen, man. I'm telling you, I feel like it was gonna happen because, you know, they're the only ones who have the balls to drop any type of new material while every other corporation is too pussy and scared because of a virus and an executive order. And if the longer you keep dragging it out, the harder it is to come back when you do reopen. I'm just letting you guys know. So Shonen Jump, Shueisha, and Kodansha, they were smart and they're taking advantage of a situation to capitalize and make more money in the long term. So that's one of the reasons I feel like that's happening, but I'm going to read the article. So it says, Love Hina manga creator discusses manga's freedom of expression with the Japanese government. The manga creator Ken Tumasa, sorry if I pronounce his name wrong. On June 29th, he recently been summoned by Japanese national government to discuss manga and how it can succeed in the next 10 years. Musa has been involved in informal advisory for the Japanese government in the past on mattering relating to anime, manga, or creators' perspective. This month, I was invited to participate in the House of Counselors witnessing question sessions, but instead a member of the Diet Japanese asked me what measures are needed for Japanese manga needs to survive in the world. I reveal first and foremost freedom of expression. Compared to other countries, Japan's forte is its freedom of creativity. However, with the foreign platforms becoming more and more dominant, I like to avoid a situation where Japanese work are regulated by foreign standards. Yeah, that's true, man. Let's just keep it 100. I mean, listen. Let me just finish the article. Musa went on to say to Perspective Manga over the next 10 years, now raw manuscripts of the manga series should be stored, exhibited, and monetized at National Manga Center. According to Musa, all the government members in attendance agree with the idea. In the past, Musamura Sir had the mark for the cover of manga volume, showing the original creator of series approved the series based on fans' work. The series to use the first mark of printing of also Q holder, and it says Japanese Conan, blah blah. And again, this is very, very long, and a lot of people in the comment section below, they kind of agree with him, and I kind of agree with him to a certain extent. I'll give you my quick thoughts, right? I feel like, listen, I don't know who this creator is. I don't read every single manga. I don't watch every single anime. I really just pay attention to the ones that I really are interested. But this creator, I don't know who he is. You guys can let me know, because I know my channel is very, very anime based. So you guys can let me know who the hell this guy is. But, he's looking at the future, man. Like, he's not playing around. Like, he's looking at, like, these SJWs, these social justice warriors, I guarantee you, this creator is looking at, like, Hollywood's already bending the knee for these SJWs, these Twitter people. They're wilding the hell out on social media. They're cancel culture people. They're breaking their careers. They're going back to old tweets and old Instagram posts, and they're like, listen, he's letting the Japanese government know, like, these Twitter motherfuckers, these people from overseas, America, or these wild SJW with blue hair, whatever, this Me Too movement, you gotta make sure that as manga creators, we can create our series without America or not even America, but overseas telling us what we can't do. You feel me? And I feel like they have the right to create the way you want to. I mean, there's a lot of mangas I definitely don't agree the way it looks. You feel me? Like, for example, like JoJo Bizarre Adventure. I feel like it's very, very suspect. But hey, people like the way it looks. I don't like the way it looks. I think it looks very suspect. You feel me? Very, I'm not gonna say the characters are gay. But listen, if they're gay, they're gay. I don't really care. But the way they don't look like men, you feel me? They look very, very feminine. You feel me? Like I don't like to say the word LBG, but they don't. They look very rainbowish. That's the best way. They look very, very reading the rainbow-ish. That's the best way to describe it. Because you gotta be very, very PC when I say it. Because people will try to take my words and try to flip it. And if you like that type of stuff, fine. But it just does. It doesn't look like it appeals to me. That's the best way I'll say. So there's certain anime manga that are just weird. That just like the tentacles. Like there's certain things I'm just like, yeah, this is not for me. But if they have the right to do it, they have the right to do it. You know what I mean? To a certain extent. But I feel like, they're like, yo, listen, what happens if like the next Dragon Ball Z, the next Naruto or Bleach manga creator comes out? He wants to create a series as big as that, but instead they're like, no, America tells you gotta cut this out, cut that out, cut this out, cut that out. I mean, they kind of already, America, Hollywood, they kind of already did that with movies. You feel me? Like a lot of the Marvel movies, a lot of the blockbuster movies, they change and edit and send it to China and tells them what they can and can't put in their country. You feel me? Like it's very, very like that. And Japan's like, listen, we're not gonna. He's letting y'all know. He's letting the Japanese government like, please don't let these SJWs ruin our shit and our platform and our outlet where we can be in a space where we could create. And a lot of the Japanese government, they're like, yeah, listen, we got you legally. And I think what it is that because the problem with anime manga, I told you before, anime manga is getting too damn popular. I think a lot of it is because of the woke shit that's in America. Listen, I love my country, stuff like that, but let's just keep it 100. I don't care if you are, I'm America, and this is my country, and red, white, and blue. Let's just keep it 100. They keep doing this Me Too movement, woke shit, 24/7, and the problem is when you try to focus, and I want diversity, representation, stuff like that, but I want a really authentic, organic type of way. I don't want it where it's like, here's a Bone, or here's a Charlie's Angels, here's a Birds of Prey, here's a Terminator, here's a Ocean's 8, where it's just pandering as hell. Like a female Pirates of the Caribbean story. Why don't you just make a whole new female franchise instead of like, no, we gotta take this and that and this, take something that's established, put it in there, change it up, piss the people who already like the series or the franchise and say F you to them, and then you have all these issues and you make it woke. This is for the Me Too movement and feminists, and we gotta cancel and culture, break people's careers and go all berserk and crazy, you feel me? So I can understand a lot of this manga creator is very, very concerned, and I think the Japanese government being like, yo, listen, we're not letting you guys fuck about shit. And I think what it is that, I think they might have like where it's like, all right, Japan, we watch it with our own thing, and then we'll send a version to America. Because the problem is I did articles about this a while back, is that the problem is that anime manga is getting popular because, like, I think Japan has like 125 million people, like population wise. America, we have like 328 million. Like, I'm just talking about the population. You feel me? So our population is higher than Japan's by an extra 200 million, and the problem is that I think the population is going down in Japan. I mean, let me know if I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Just let me know what it is. But the problem is like 50. I think it's like 50 or 55% of the revenue that anime and manga is getting is mostly from America, Europe, and overseas. Pretty much outside of Japan, that revenue is coming from North America and like Europe and all those other countries by like 50 to 55%. And the problem is there's way more population around the world than it is in Japan. Let's just keep it 100. And the problem is that if most of your revenue, or almost half of your revenue, or even like a little bit more, comes from outside of Japan, they're going to have a lot more control when these committees and these boardroom meetings are saying, we need to cut this out, that out, because our country is bringing in the most money to fund these studios and these animation companies and these manga creators, and that's why you're able to have a lot more funding and a lot more extra money storage or extra money on the side, because a lot of money you're getting is from us. So the more money and percentage we bring in, we have a bigger percentage and a lot more control in the creative room and business. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's why a lot of them are freaking out, because what happens if they go to the American comic book route, where it's like, New Warriors, Children of Adam, stuff like that. So I feel like that's why they're really trying to make sure that, you know, anime manga is very protected, because they seen what happens with the superhero comics. I'm seeing it, man. I go to these comic book shops. I'm like, Captain Bam. Like Captain America, Captain Man, Riri Williams as Iron Man, female Thor. You know what I mean? Like, I like Miles Morales, but I mean, because they made him kind of his own character, kind of. But still, like, they're race swapping, gender swapping characters. You know what I mean? Like, only ones they really kept the same was even Captain Marvel. They changed, you know, because Captain Marvel was originally a black. The first female Captain Marvel was a black woman, and just transformed her into the white woman that you saw in the big blockbuster movie. So they race swapped her. The only ones they haven't changed is like Storm, Blade, and like Black Panther. You know what I mean? Everyone else, they've changed completely. So they're seeing what's happening around the world, how racially tension it is, how people are extra sensitive about everything, and they're trying to make sure that these motherfuckers don't come in there and mess up their stuff. That's pretty much it, guys. Let me know in the comment section below. Tell me what you guys think about this. Do you agree with this manga creator? Do you guys disagree with the Japanese government saying, oh, well, we're going to support our guys, we're going to support our manga creators, our manga anime writers and stuff like that, to have the creative mindset, to have the creative freedom to tell the stories that they want to tell, and not have Twitter and Instagram and overseas influence to tell them what they can and can't do. And if that does happen, in my personal opinion, it will mess up the manga story. Like, for example, imagine if you had Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach or even Dragon Ball Z back in the day, right? Imagine if SJWs tell them that you can't do this, you can't do that. I'll give you one example, right? Remember the fight with Android 18 and Vegeta? Remember how Vegeta pretty much punches a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman in the face? Do you think that would fly in today's era? No, they would tell him, cut that crap out, you're sexist. Even though she whoops his ass, and breaks his freaking neck and freaking arm and all that, that would be very problematic in this political climate that we live in. You feel me? But again, that's what will happen if SJWs came in there and ruined it. So that's why they're starting to see what's happening and what's going on, and making sure that this does not happen to them. So again, that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you rate and like the video and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Peace, and have a great day, and take care.